It wasn't even on purpose. At least, that's what I told myself at first. It buzzed while he was in the shower. Just once. Then again. Then a third time. I tried to ignore it, I really did. But something about the way it kept lighting up, like it was insisting, made my chest tighten. So I picked it up. I wish I hadn't. His name was Daniel. We'd been seeing each other for almost 8 months. Not official, not exactly casual either. Something in between. The kind of relationship where you don't ask too many questions because you're afraid of the answers. He was charming in that quiet way. The kind of guy who didn't say much, but when he did, you leaned in. He remembered little things. My coffee order, the book I mentioned once, the way I hated loud restaurants. It felt real. Or at least, real enough. That morning, everything felt normal. We woke up late, Sunday sunlight through the blinds. He made coffee. I sat on the counter watching him move around the kitchen like he belonged there. Like he belonged with me. And maybe that's where it started, that feeling. Like something was too perfect. At around 10:17, his phone buzzed for the first time. He glanced at it, then flipped it face down. "Work stuff," he said. I nodded, but he didn't open it. Then it buzzed again, and again. This time, he didn't even look. He just stood up and said, "I'm gonna take a quick shower." He left the phone on the table, unlocked. That's what got me. I wasn't trying to snoop, I just looked. One message, that's all I meant to see. But the name wasn't saved, just a number. And the message preview said, "Did you tell her yet?" My stomach dropped. I told myself there had to be a logical explanation. Work, family, anything. So I tapped it. The thread opened instantly. There were dozens of messages, some from him, some from her. "Are you still with her right now? You promised you'd end it. I can't keep doing this, Daniel." My hands started shaking. I scrolled. I don't even remember deciding to. But I did. And what I saw didn't make sense. Not at first. 3 years is a long time to lie to someone. She deserves to know. 3 years? We'd only been together 8 months. I felt this strange pressure in my chest, like my brain was trying to reject what I was reading, like it couldn't process it. Then I saw it. A photo. It was a picture of Daniel, smiling, standing next to a woman I had never seen before. Her hand on his chest, a ring on her finger, a wedding ring. And then, below it, her message. "Tell your girlfriend the truth." Girlfriend. Not me. I stared at that word for a long time. Girlfriend. So what was I? The shower was still running. I had maybe a minute, maybe less. I scrolled up, faster now, desperate. More photos. Them at a beach, a birthday cake, a dog, a life. And then the message that made everything snap into place. "Do you love her?" His reply, "It's not like that." My chest tightened. I felt something cold settle inside me, because suddenly, I understood. I wasn't the girlfriend. I wasn't the main story. I was the secret. And the worst part? I had no idea. The water shut off. I dropped the phone back on the table, right where it was, face down. And I sat there, trying to breathe, trying to look normal, trying to pretend my entire reality hadn't just cracked open. Because in a few seconds, he was going to walk out. And I didn't know what version of him I was about to see. He walked out like nothing had changed. towel around his waist, hair damp, same relaxed expression. "Hey," he said, grabbing his phone without even looking at me. "Hey," I replied. My voice sounded wrong, too controlled, too careful. He glanced at the screen, just for a second, but I saw it, that flicker. He knew, or at least, he suspected something. "Everything okay?" he asked. I forced a smile. "Yeah, why wouldn't it be?" He held my gaze a little too long, then nodded. "Just checking." That moment stretched, too quiet, too heavy. I wanted to scream, to throw the phone at him, to demand answers. But I didn't. Instead, I did something worse. I waited, because I needed to know how far this went. "Do you have plans today?" I asked casually. He shrugged. "Not really. Why?" I leaned back against the counter. "Thought maybe we could go somewhere. Get out of the city." He hesitated, just for a second, but I saw it. Then he smiled. "Yeah, that sounds good." Lie number 1, because I knew. He had plans. He just didn't think I knew. And suddenly, that gave me power. The drive was quiet, too quiet. We ended up heading out of town, somewhere neither of us had been before, or at least, that's what he said. His hands gripped the steering wheel, the way he checked his phone at every red light, the way his jaw tightened when it buzzed. "Work again?" I asked. "Yeah," he said quickly. Too quickly. Lie number 2. I started noticing things I had ignored before, like how he never stayed over more than 2 nights in a row, how he never introduced me to his friends, how he always had an excuse when I asked about his family, how I had filled in the blanks myself, because it was easier. We stopped at a small roadside cafe. Nothing fancy, just a place with chipped mugs and quiet music. He ordered coffee. I ordered nothing. "I'm not hungry," I said. He nodded, distracted, typing something on his phone under the table. I leaned forward. "Who are you texting?" He froze, just for a second. Then he smiled. "Just work." Lie number 3. I reached across the table, put my hand over his. He flinched. Barely noticeable, but enough. And that's when I knew. He wasn't afraid of being caught. He was afraid of me asking the right question. "Do you have a girlfriend?" The words came out before I could stop them. He blinked. Once. Twice. "What?" he said, almost laughing. I didn't smile. "Do you have a girlfriend?" Each word slower than the last. The cafe suddenly felt too small, too quiet. People around us continued like nothing was happening, like my world wasn't collapsing in real time. He leaned back, ran a hand through his hair. "No," he said. Lie number 4. I nodded slowly. "Okay," I said. He relaxed, just a little. Big mistake, because then I said, "Do you have a wife?" That one hit differently. His entire body went still. And in that moment, he told me everything, without saying a word. He didn't answer. He didn't deny it. He just sat there. And that silence, that was the truth. My chest felt hollow, like something inside me had been scooped out. "How long?" I asked. He exhaled slowly, looked down at the table. 3 years, he said. 3 years. The same number I had seen in the messages. "Is she Your wife? He nodded. No hesitation this time. No lie. Just truth. Finally. And somehow, that made it worse. I didn't know, I whispered. I know, he said quickly. Too quickly. Like he had rehearsed that line. Like he had said it before, to someone else. And suddenly a thought hit me. What about her? I asked. He frowned. Does she know about me? He didn't answer, and that was enough. Because now I understood something even darker. This wasn't just one lie. This was a system, a pattern, and I wasn't the first. I stood up so fast my chair scraped the floor. People turned. I didn't care. You lied to me, I said. I didn't. You let me fall for you. I didn't mean you let me build something that wasn't real. His face changed. Not guilt, not shame, annoyance. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't special. I was just convenient. I left him there, didn't look back, didn't say goodbye. But that's not the part that stayed with me. It was what happened later. That night, I got a message from an unknown number. Hi, I think we need to talk. And then a photo. It was her, his wife, standing in front of my apartment building. She already knew where I lived. And suddenly, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't just the other woman. I was the next problem she was going to solve. And I had no idea how far she was willing to go.